Hi, I'm Mark Labib, the storyteller. I'm going to tell you the story of the talking skull. Here we go. Once upon a time, there was a hunter walking the forest. The hunter was looking for an animal, well, a bird, to kill. While the hunter was walking the forest, he had found a human skull lying on the ground. So he asked himself loudly, I wonder how this skull came to be here. But surprisingly, the skull had answered him and said, Too much talking. After that, the hunter went running to his king's palace to tell to his king about the talking skull in the forest. The king had not believed what he said, but he had ordered his minister and some of his palace guards to go with the hunter to see the talking skull in the forest. If the skull does really talk, then we'll need to reward him. We'll need to give him a prize for it. But if the skull does not talk, then we'll need to choke his head off. That means that we'll need to cut off his head. So finally, they arrived into the forest, and they found the skull lying on the ground. So the hunter started to speak some words to the skull, but the skull remained silent. After that, the hunter started to beg the skull to speak, but the skull remained silent. Then he told him, Please, please, skull, answer, please. 2 or 3 words at least. Please answer. But the skull continued to remain silent. So at last the minister shook his head and told him, You heard the king's order. Guards, cut off his head. Then they left his head beside the skull's head. As soon as they were alone, the skull asked the hunter's head, What brought you here? Too much talking, you evil skull, the hunter's head said. Who brought me to this? Answered the hunter.